Okay, so if you're like me, you probably were waiting on pins and needles for the stock market to open up this morning so that you could purchase into Coinbase the IPO. The logic behind doing that is that regardless how these people are getting money or putting money in or taking money out of their cryptocurrencies that they choose to use, whichever they are, the fact is that they have to be using some type of digital wallet. Now, Coinbase is technically the moment where crypto has gone to the mainstream market. So this is a regular traded stock that's on the regular NASDAQ, unlike Coinbase. Some digital wallets refuse to trade Ripple. Some refuse to trade Dogecoin. I think you have to use like Robinhood or something else in order to buy it. And when I see things like that happening, that to me is a red flag. Now, personally, I prefer to spend my money buying stocks that pay dividends. Coinbase does not pay a dividend right now, obviously, because we're at the very beginning stage, and it hasn't been a long round enough. It hasn't been a long enough for it to pay a dividend, simply because we wouldn't know if it's profitable or not. The mere fact that people are sending money to Coinbase in order to buy this crypto and to sell their crypto as one of the biggest digital wallets there are, and I think the other one's Binance. Um, the mere fact that that's true and so many people use it and there's going to be so much advertising on it, I felt it necessary to buy Coinbase. Now, one thing I have noticed, and I want to point to this as record, um, there were other IPOs that were launched recently, like Roblox. Yeah, you can see Roblox right here. I was raving and ranting about Roblox yesterday because Roblox went up to $82. But if you had gotten it when I suggested you get it, you probably would have paid between 60 and 70. The thing about it is, there's too much. I really feel that people just aren't patient. I need you to understand. I bought into Tesla when Tesla was $30 a share. It was 2012. I had to wait 8 years for Tesla to get to 1,000. I think it was slightly. Tesla didn't get to 1,000 until 2020, and I bought it in 2012. I literally had to wait 8 years to get to that point. And just when I thought that I was just going to sell it all and walk away, then they announced the stock split. So what I did was I sold my Tesla and I kept just enough of it to make sure that I still had some for the stock split. And then I used Tesla in order to finance some of my other portfolio projects. So I don't know how many of you pay attention to my videos or pay attention to what I say. And I also understand the YouTube algorithm shuts people like me down in order to hype certain other voices up. But the bottom line is, well, I bought into Coinbase. I bought 10 shares because I like dealing with solid numbers. It makes it really easy to do the math in your mind. So I bought 10 shares. I split them up across two different portfolios because what happened was when I went online, Coinbase said that they were trading at 250, but when I put the orders in, it was stuck. It wouldn't do anything. And I was like, what do you mean it won't do anything? And then I looked on the news, and the news must have heard about it because they were telling people if you're trying to buy Coinbase, chances are you won't be able to buy it until the evening. During the evening, Coinbase sold off over 400 and something dollars. I'm not sure exactly what the high is, but there were two stories that I saw that reaffirmed my belief in Coinbase for the time being. I'm going to ride Coinbase probably till the end of this year, and I'm going to see what its performance is. Because here's the thing. I really, like, when I took that $5,000 and I said, okay, this is what I'm going to invest today, it didn't really, like, hurt me. So, I made so much money off of Tesla that I can risk this for now. And I'm feeling confident about it, so I wanted to just take a look at these two stories. U.S. cryptocurrency platform Coinbase has gifted shares to its employees ahead of Wednesday's hotly anticipated direct listing of the NASDAQ stock exchange. Spokesperson says that they basically gave their people 100 shares each. So we know that there's at least, now they said there's 1,700 employees, they gave them 100 shares each, right? So we're talking about, 17,000 or 170,000 or something. Wait, yeah. I now assuming that that's the actual number because I really don't know. So that's 1,000. So that's 170,000 shares, right? Um, Now, that's assuming that's the actual number. We don't know if they gave him more or gave anybody less. We don't know. But with coin stock to open at 250 a share, so that means that all of these people who own 170,000 shares, they've created basically, as long as none of them sell, they've created kind of a bottom in this stock. And they started at what, 250, and they went up to what, 380, but they only closed at like 330 or something. But that was the one thing that I looked at, and I thought that was really interesting. So that basically said, you know what, I'm just going to wait and I'm going to see what happens. Because for all I know, Coinbase, the stock, if I sold that stock, it very well might be paying for my vacation in 2022, where I decide to hop a business class flight on Emirates over to Maldives. The problem is with my viewers, you're not going to believe it until you actually see me sitting in business class sipping that wine. Okay, fine. I'll make that the bet for right now. But then there's a second story right here where they're talking about the valuations of Coinbase. They're saying Coinbase is a must-own stock poised to hit $600. Now, I wanted to look at reasons why. Crypto exchange Coinbase Coin set records one day with the largest ever direct listing as the company saw its valuation nearly hit 100 billion as shares opened for trading on the Nasdaq at 381. But one analyst tells Yahoo Finance now this is just one analyst, this is not sealed in stone. One analyst says that shares could still have about 60% to climb to hit $600. MoffettNathanson analyst Lisa Ellis explained her thesis on Yahoo. Okay, let's go down. We are positive on the outlook of cryptocurrencies as a massive disruptive technology. Coinbase, as the only U.S. listed large cap stock and the market leader in the space, is really a must-own asset if you're a growth or tech-oriented investor with a multi-year time horizon. Interestingly, Ellis explained she arrived at a $600 price target by applying a 20 times forward multiple in line with other tech peers. Blah, blah, blah. This is all very boring. Let's see, $600 per share. I know the headlines sound super bullish, but when you read our comments, this one is not an easy one. It's a little bit tricky, Ellis said, noting Coinbase is unique from other tech stocks given its high correlation to volatile cryptocurrency prices. Exactly. Well, bottom line is this. Nobody knows what the future holds. Nobody knows what the future holds for crypto. Everybody would like to assume that everything's up and up, but we just don't know. And the reality is, I'm going to let this ride. I'm going to see what happens. And if things go well, I'm probably going to end up selling it if there's no dividend being offered. And I'm going to spend money, I'm going to spend it in Sunoco, since Sunoco pays a 10% dividend. And I mean, I already have the money to go on vacation next year. However, if I made enough off of Coinbase, I would probably take some of that money and put that as my payment for the tickets that I'm going to need in order to fly next year, because I want to get the fuck out of this place real bad. I feel my blood being poisoned by this horrible atmosphere in this country right now, and I would love nothing but to have enough money to get the fuck out of here and never have to look back. Unfortunately for right now, that's not an option because I have too many assets just sitting around. So that's all I really wanted to say. There were two really good stories. I didn't even read the rest of it. She says it should go to $600. We'll wait and see. One thing I must say is most of the IPOs that have launched recently, for instance, Airbnb, Roblox, Woof, that's Petco. Most of the IPOs that have launched recently have moved up. Peloton. Most of them, a lot of people, especially millennial investors, have been investing in it because one thing you got to understand is that because there's so much hype, there's plenty of room to grow because there's so much hype. A lot of investors who are feeling lucky, they pour money into these things for whatever reason. It is a form of digital gambling, but the thing about it is, as crypto has proven, there's a lot of speculation going on right now, even in highly volatile assets. Now, some people might ask me, they're like, oh, well, why is it that you're willing to invest in Coinbase, but you're not willing to invest in Dogecoin? Well, first of all, because I know Dogecoin is a speculative asset that was formulated as a joke, And I know that unless you got it in the very beginning, just like I did with my weed stocks, because basically I see no difference between Dogecoin and my weed stocks. The difference, however, that there is that my weed stocks are parts of a company, and by me buying large amounts of shares, I'm investing in that company. Dogecoin, and as far as I'm concerned, I'm not investing in anything except the possibility of somebody cashing my money out and putting it in their pocket. I can't have that. Now, granted, these companies are pushing marijuana, CBD, and all these cannabinol products and this, that, and other. Marijuana Company of America made me more than what was like $3,000 when Reddit guys jumped into it. In fact, that week when those Reddit guys jumped into those stocks, they made me money on MJNA, they made me money on MCOA, and although some of those things are down right now, I'm fairly certain that they're coming back as marijuana takes stride in America. Because basically, as you can see, as individual states increase their interest in legalizing recreational weed and legalizing medicinal weed, those stocks seem to see a constant perpetual boost. Now, yes, there is a bit of boom and bust. The thing about it is I bought in so cheap it really doesn't matter. I mean, you were there. I made the videos are still up. I never deleted anything. I was buying these things when they were less than a penny. I mean, they were like 0.008 or 0.0008. I mean, I was buying weed stock less than a penny. 100,000 shares, 10,000 shares, a million shares. So I'm just going to sit and let those things ride. You'll know just how well I'm doing. And mark my words, you'll know just how well I'm doing when I'm sitting in that business class flight taking drinks on Emirates or Singapore Airlines or whatever it is. You're going to know just how well I'm doing when I'm at 35,000 feet and I'm taking selfies in the business class lounge and I've got the freaking glass of wine. You know what? That last flight that I was on, let me tell you something. That flight, the video's still up. I made the flight. What was it? Philippine Airlines. I would have made an Emirates one this year, but I couldn't go anywhere because of goddamn COVID shit. But let me tell you something. I have really, I think I've done it before, but I have almost never said, you know what, I'm gonna try the wine that the menu says should go with this meal that they're giving us on the plane. And I had them bringing me all types of shit. I was like, yeah, I'll take that 1726 Chateaubriand and all that nonsense. And I was sipping wine before the plane even took off. I tell you, I think at one point, like, I was dead asleep, and then we were in a storm, and the plane hadn't even taken off yet. And I was just dead asleep, and I was like, "Oh shit, we're not there yet." And I just rolled over. I was just like, "Yeah, let me go to sleep while these people in the back of the plane." I'm like Rosa Parks sitting in the front of the plane, and everybody else is in the back of the plane, squeezed up. They got little children crying next to them, screaming. They got people kicking their chair. You try to put your chair back, you got people pushing your chair back up. You got the guy mad punching at the back of your chair. I said, "Fuck that! Never again, ever, ever, ever again." So I'll tell you what, you'll see just how well my investments go when next year I'm sitting at 30,000 feet drinking that fine wine and looking at engines just spinning and just flying. You know, that for right now. You know, that's my gauge of measurement up until my retirement, where I can absolutely be like Atlas and I can shrug my shoulders and not do shit anymore at all.